said, bottling this up, I said, it's not going to help you or me or your family. I said, have you got family? He said, I've got a wife and kids. I believe I was being tested to see what type of man I was and what type of character I had. And you know, even before the depression, I didn't appreciate things. Nothing was value to me. So even something I'd worked hard for. If I'd worked hard and saved up for a car, just say, for 5 minutes it'd be okay, but then I wouldn't want it anymore. So nothing mattered to me. I didn't value anything. If we go broke in the morning and we all have to eat stale cheese sandwiches, if people have love, they have everything. If I lived in a cardboard box with my family, I'd be happy because they're in it, we're in it, we're all in it together. There is none of this, oh, you're over there, I'm over here, tally-o, every man to his own ship. We don't rule like that. If one goes down, we all go down together. I felt like I was having a heart attack, like I said before. I didn't know what was happening. I felt pains in my chest. I was near on going blind. I was calling out to forgive me for my sins. No one could be more certain of death than me that day. I ain't afraid of nothing or no man. I don't care about anybody. I didn't care about dying. I didn't care about nothing. Nothing mattered to me. I'm not bothered about nothing. I ain't afraid of nothing and nobody. Anything that I had and I've worked hard for, and everyone knows, like, what I have is blood money because I pay for it in face and my body gets punched to pieces for what I have. So you'd think I'd appreciate things more than the next man, but I didn't appreciate nothing. I didn't appreciate anything. Anything I had or achieved, even world championships, anything, I thought, is that it? I've got bills to pay, I've got mouth to feed, I've got a family to raise, and that's it. Whether I was working as a boxer, or working as a bartender, or working as a dancer in a strip club, I still have the same bills and responsibilities to do, and that's all I aim to do in my life. You know, I went over to Germany and it didn't feel like I was doing a great thing. Something I'd worked for my whole life, and when I finally achieved it, it was like, oh well, that was a load of rubbish. I wasn't expecting now to feel like this. And like I said to you before, I just felt like an emptiness, a deep gaping hole of nothing, darkness and grey clouds. Every day was grey. Every day I woke up after that fight, even before the fight, for a long time would be grey days. Anybody from day to day has the same feelings, and I believe that if enough people talk about it, then it's going to raise more and more and more awareness, and sooner or later this crisis will have to be addressed properly. You can imagine how low I was to not want to be with my kids who you think the world of. The most pleasure I get out of my life is taking my kids to school and picking them up. I think that's the best thing I have in my life at the moment. Better than any boxing career, better than watching anything or going anywhere or drinking or eating anything. The best thing I have in my life is my kids, barring nothing. And no matter what happens in December or July or August or the rest of my life, as long as I have them kids and they love me, then that's all that matters. Well, yeah, growing up I had no confidence. I wasn't given any confidence. I was always told that I couldn't do stuff and I'd never do anything, I'd never achieve anything, so that made me worse, basically. I suppose when you get a bit older, you grow up and you meet more people, you experience different things. And then I went down the path of becoming a boxer.
Well, I was very motivated and very determined to get back to where I left off. You know, I left off as the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, and I picked right back up where I left off nearly 3 years later. So if that's not a testament for mental health, then I don't know what is.
I just wanted to show the world that if mental health could bring somebody as big as me and as strong as me and, you know, the stereotype heavyweight champion of the world to my knees, then it could bring anybody to the knees. And I thought to myself, if I can show the world that you can come back from it and to get back in shape and get back to the top, then anybody can do it. I've experienced the highest highs and the lowest lows in life.
I fight for those people. All the oppressed, depressed, alcoholics, drug addicts. I fight for all those people. Give them hope every day so they can wake up in the morning and know there's somebody out there banging for us. He is our man.
And I felt like I had nothing to look forward to. I was worthless. It was just a horrible, horrible feeling that people need to understand that many, many people are in the same boat. They don't have to be very successful sports athletes to feel like this. It's getting fans to know the real Tyson Fury and the mental struggles I go through every day on a daily basis. And like I said, I'm here to inspire others and to help others. I know it's my true calling card now. And the more time I keep in shape and the more I do in the game and keep spreading the word on mental health, hopefully one day will be an open thing to talk about in public to everybody. A man come here with a gun today and say, shoot me, you got any bollocks? On this day, I was afraid of a child. I was so frightened of dying. And I don't fear death, I embrace it. But I was so afraid, it was like, it was my worstest nightmares times 1,000. Everything that I was afraid of in my life that I tried to man up with hit me all at once, bam, 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 bam. I was frightened, I was like a vulnerable child. I was fricked to death, I didn't know what to do. He didn't encourage me to box at all. He tried to discourage me, if anything. And it was one of those things where I just wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to be a boxer. I was brought up in the gym. I was a little gym rat, really, because I used to go with my dad when he used to box, and I was always around it. So I was always in that environment, but he didn't want me to box. He wanted me to do something different with my life and not go down the same route as he did. No one ever took it to the height. I just had a pretty regular growing up, you know. I wasn't a confident character what you see today. I was a very shy, reserved, skinny little whippet kid. And I had no confidence and I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I was going to be heavyweight champion from the day I could ever think of anything but boxing. And that was my ultimate goal. I knew that was never going to be moved, but I didn't know I was going to get there. Being a fat, lazy bum with millions in the bank, there's no life at all. Being hungry and fit, or being a lion in the middle of a jungle, that's life. Being a fat old lazy man, accomplished and retired, that ain't the end zone.